All right, Alpha didn't respond. He's not here. That's okay.
No.
This is fine. All right. This should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, this'll totally go fine. Also, required technologies per tier is going to be 4. Unless do we just want to be max tiered?
Don't matter to me.
Start at the end of this research tree.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, then we'll just play it as is then. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm gonna start the game.
All right.
We have custom named each faction in order to Oh god, we've already met several chaos. Oh boy. That's not good. That's not good at all. And we're gonna play as the White Scars. So we're gonna just first
Oh, that
drop.
was a dumb place to put them. I should have put it one over to the right.
Put myself here, and then purposely drop this right here to try to fight off chaos.
It is I, Cato Sicarius.
And so now we gotta start building. As soon I can build an apothecary on this spot. Oh my god, that's perfect. Building a lot of bikes.
This world is so claustrophobic. We're here.
We're here, that's for sure. We wanted this game to be fast. Are you all the way over here? Oh, you are. Okay. Oh, you're the one that spawned next to a problem.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, they all spawned their cities. Oh my god! Watching all the cities spawn was cool. Oh my god! Some of these actually might die on turn 1. By the way, some of these cities.
Good.
Oh, they started just drop. Oh my god! The game crashed.
What?
Let's try that again. Luckily, it saves my saves the state of the starting, so I can just restart that up.
Can't believe you've done this.
I did nothing wrong. We'll try again. We'll just load the. I got a raid. What the hell? Who raided me? Faye? What the heck?
Need an invite.
Can you oh my god. Hello, how's it going? I need to recreate this. You don't need an invite. Here you go. Let me shout out. Yeah, I think it was satisfactory, right? Oh my god, that was loud. 20 months in a row, that tier 1? Holy shit. Anyway, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 20 months and the raid. Oh my god, the raid is wild to me. Oh no, they're all unnamed again.
Nah.
Oh, well, we know who's who.
Unnamed Space Marines.
I'm not renaming all of them. Anyway, how satisfactory? Okay. Attempt number 2 at this.
You want to? I was gonna say you might want to wait, make the world slightly bigger.
No, I have an idea.
All right.
Oh my god, the middle. Oh god.
All those neutrals.
Holy. No. Okay, I need to make sure to pick a 3 spot. So we're playing Gladius. Anyway, I should probably introduce myself. So I'm Dave. I am a variety streamer. And right now, we are streaming 40k. Because I have an unhealthy obsession with 40k right now. You're going to go because you got a place to be to have fun and stream. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting, even if it was for but a moment, unnamed. Appreciate even just the mere message. He probably went away because he got work in the morning. That makes sense. Well, I hope his stream was fun, and I appreciate everyone for the raid, and hope everyone's having a great evening. It looks like
I am absolutely bummed.
Oh my god! Oh no! There they are.
I dropped my base literally right in front of the.
Okay, we gotta hope this doesn't crash. It's feeling like it's not gonna crash, but oh my god, I think the planet's gonna fight back really hard. I think the planet's gonna straight up fight more than anything else.
Yeah, there's a good amount of neutrals right now. All good. The Iron Fists are down, or the Imperial Fists are down.
The Imperial Fists are fine.
Space Wolves down.
No, they're oh, you mean like literally on the ground, like planting.
Like they've dropped.
Yeah, no, all of the cities look like we made it through turn 1.
Yeah, let's go. Turn 1. We have spawned the bases.
We can play the game. That's what we're talking about. Actually playing Warhammer. That's the difficult part, guys, is getting through turn 1. Had to hung him a few times to get the point across. That makes sense. Doing that, it makes sense. It's Faye. Holy shit. There is so much going on that it is, one would argue, excessive.
Me, like an absolute fool, does not immediately put down an armory or an apothecary.
Didn't actually do that?
No.
Oh, no.
It's my first building, but I had to get a tile first.
Yeah, I had to I made sure to put my city on a 3 spot in order to get my units off on turn 2.
I just wanted to make sure that I had I had 2 spaces locked.
So, for anyone that didn't hear the start of the stream, we have themed this. It is Chaos versus like Space Marine. So it is Loyalist versus Heresy. Oh, Twitch gave you 8 ads?
Holy cow.
I thought pre-rolls weren't working right now. Pre-rolls should have been off. That's wild that it gave you ads.
No, he got all of the pre-rolls. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Pre-rolls are supposed to be off. Yeah, she got all of those ads. Jesus.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I don't know either. That is annoying. That's probably why the amount of people here just got halved. It's because it just got bombarded with ads.
And Phaedra just threw everyone into the blender of commercials.
Into the blender of commercials is a wild statement.
All right, Alpha Legion out of here.
I don't think we have Alpha Legion. I think we said that it was the whatever the other Legion was.
I don't know. They were blue.
Well, blue is not. If the enemy blue,
yeah,
probably Night Lords or Thousand Suns.
Oh, that's true. That could have been them.
I'm willing to bet it was Thousand Suns, though. Fucking hate Thousand Suns most of the time.
They are terrible in every form of the game. Hate them.
Do you hate Thousand Suns?
Hate them.
Okay, what's wrong with Thousand Suns?
Nerds.
You're here now, though, Joe Cat? Yeah, I know. So another reason why there are those ads, just to let you know, is to get rid of pre-roll ads on like every hour, so that people that can click into the stream and actually, see the stream and see what the stream's about, and then on the hour it plays 30 seconds of ads, which is annoying, but it's worth having an entire hour of no ads. It just also is inconvenient because if someone raids you at the start of your stream, all those people hit 30 seconds of ads before they get to see what's going on.
I think that also might have happened because it just tipped to 9 o'clock.
Well, no, it's an hour on my actual stream session.
Oh, not okay. That's good. Yeah. That's good.
So I think what happened is you just got hit with the very end of the ad wave that happens at the start of a stream. Okay. Well, my Fortress of Redemption is going to die. That is for sure. Frag grenades. So 8 ads is 30 seconds. So it could be 4 ads, and all of them are whatever 30 seconds. Is it a minute of ads? It might be a minute. I don't remember. I'd have to go look. All I do know, though, is that it's X amount of ads which is time-based, not quantity-based. Fun fact, enslavers don't work on Space Marines.
Oh, they just straight up
do not work on the Space Marine faction. So you will never get enslaved Space Marines because their will is too strong.
Mm-hmm.
So a unit has to make a will save against enslavers. Space Marines just make them. Oh, hey, look, someone that I get a band. Cool. Goodbye. Cheap viewers on. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
They're getting smarter. All the regular messages, like with regular characters, are gone. So now they have to use these weird, funny Eldritch characters. Also, the middle of the map is horrid. The middle of the map is the worst right now.
Kill every Chaos Cultist.
Yep, because they'll just spawn more cities. It's awful. You want to see the center of the map? That's what it looks like. There's more enemies.
You just highlighted that every single hex was another one.
It was almost another enemy, yeah. Just more enemies. But we're killing Xenos. That's for sure.
Them. Purge the Xenos.
All of them. Every single one of them. The only good Xeno is a dead Xeno. Yeah, bots are cringe. I agree. Absolutely. Well, actually, so I'm gonna argue. I know that people hate this argument, but Tau aren't that bad. Tau are not the worst. Neither are, what are the dwarves called?
Votan.
Yeah, the Votan are also not bad. Let me move chat. Hey, I'm gonna throw you guys around my screen. Sorry.
Whoa.
What? You've been thrown. You've been thrown. Sorry.
Can't believe you've done this to me.
My mild apologies.
Mild. My tamest of apologies.
Yep. You only get a moderate amount of pity. Oh.
My most moderate condolences.
So dumb. All right, I'm pushing forward. Are you Primarch's Rest? Which one are you? Oh no, your wings of court. Correct.
Damn, the game assigned us Raven Garden.
You know what? No. I'm gonna name myself. Just gonna name myself White Scars. That's it. Seems like an easier solution to figure out where you are is for you to name yourself your faction. There is so much going on around the Imperial Fists. Oh no. You think anybody playing the tabletop Warhammer stuff just said they're playing an army of purple orcs and then brought us a series of empty base plates? I absolutely think that is a thing. 100% it's happened. I believe it. To really sell it, you put two like little footprints on the base plate. And then for like purple colored tanks, you put tread marks. I think that would work really well. Micah, don't end your turn, please. Don't do it. Don't do it. One moment.
Okay. Is research speed just one a turn?
For most things, yes.
Okay. So I will not.
Oh my god, you have 2 cities to your north. 3. Oh no. Micah, I'm here. I've helped.
You just throw a redemption in it?
Yeah, you should do the same.
I already placed another one down.
Okay, I'm good. To avoid ruining your bank account, just make a purple orc army. That'd be good, though. Like, in order to actually make it work so that it is legal and that you don't get confused, you make it so that the base plates, instead of having actual models on them, have just the prints of where models should be. Like the
And then you can get really crazy with it and just have put magnets on them. So if anyone ever questions it, you just place a magnet model on top.
That'd be fun. Just simply like for like base infantry, purple orc, purple orc infantry. Just put like footprints on it.
Yeah.
Like their boot prints. Mm-hmm. And then for tanks, just put tread marks. Now it would be nigh impossible to do flying vehicles, other than like how you're supposed to glue them to the to like these little pillar things that keep them held upright. Just that, but without something on it. I think that'd be really funny. Oh, my teammate captured
my brother-in-law prints his stuff with clear resin, and that would be perfect. Ooh, my Fortress of Redemption is right in the line of just shooting the city.
That's great.
Commencing barrage.
Commencing firefight. I'm gonna have to retreat my guy because I don't have apothecaries yet.
Just make another dude.
Well, that's a great option, right? If it was gonna function the way I want it to.
Who needs healing? Another dude.
Just another dude. No healing, only more men. Yeah?
I don't need characters.
I don't need characters. I only need glue stick on base plate. Or glue a stick on the base plate. That'd be interesting. My dyslexia kicked in and said glue stick. No, glue a stick.
Just a whole glue stick.
Whole glue stick. Just the entire stick of glue. Put it on the base plate and call it a day. No, because it's really hard. God, I almost called you by a different name. That'd been silly. I've been playing with someone way too much that I just almost did that.
It's me, Alfarius.
Yeah, it's me, Alfarius. God, what was I gonna say? No, it's gone.
It's gone.
I can only think of glue sticks now, guys. That's it. That's the only thing running through my brain.
The gloom sticks.
Gloom stick.
Gloom.
Now it's a gloom stick instead of a glue stick.
Hey, you want to buy some gloom sticks?
What you running the price at?
One gloom.
One gloom for a gloom stick?
One gloom for stick.
But like, a gloom makes several gloom sticks. Why would I give you like a fraction of a gloom stick?
It's high quality gloom sticks.
High quality gloom stick? But like, it doesn't make any sense.
I take the gloom, I fortify the gloom, give you stick.
Give me stick.
Business.
Business. I suppose business makes sense. That is a fair argument.
I'm a man of business.
Yeah.
I'm a businessman
doing business. A businessman doing business.
I would like to buy a car.
This is so dumb.
Hurry!
This is so dumb. Oh my god.
It's just two space marines in a golden trench coat.
And a golden
so made a custodian.
What is your opinion? Because I don't know why this is controversial. I think it's fine. No female space marines, but female custodies.
I think it's stupid.
What part?
The in lore, the out of lore. I think it's dumb. I think the only reason they did it is to try and get the female custodians in the show.
You think there shouldn't be?
No, it doesn't make sense.
For which lore reason?
For the several instances of him referring to them as his sons, and the fact of the pure logistics of it, of putting a ton of money into research and development.
Okay.
And biologically, as much as it sucks that it is just better to do it onto a guy.
That makes sense. Genetically, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like a grimdark, so yeah. I appreciate the representation, don't get me wrong. I just think that, unfortunately, humans in this world are all about eugenics, and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's
not supposed to be happy.
Because they literally had a entire like female represented faction that is already in the Custodes, and they're like, nah, we don't need lore for them. We're just gonna ruin the Custodes. Because the sisters are so cool, and I want.
Oh, the Sisters of Battle are so cool.
No, not the Sisters of Battle. The Sisters of Silence.
Oh, which ones are those?
That is the ones that literally work with the Custodes, that keep the Custodes from being overrun by demons.
I mean, I also just simply like the Sisters of Battle. The Sisters of Battle are really cool.
They're cool. Adeptus Sororitas, solid.
Adeptus Sororitas is such a good faction. Holy shit! What the fuck is going on over here? We are ending the chaos over here. We're just collapsing from both fronts. But yeah, I support the Sororitas, and I support whatever the heck you're talking about, because I don't actually know it, and I would like to hear more.
Where is it? Look to the book Talons of the Emperor, because you get to hear like cool stuff about my boy Valerian, and Alea, she's like one of the coolest of the order. She's a witch seeker.
Oh, someone random joined the game as a person, I think.
Oh.
I don't know how. The game is on private.
No, it's all AIs.
Oh no, is that you? Kato Sicars. Okay. Sicars, that's you.
The stupidest lore. I think it was just a meme that became actual canon of him just saying that.
So
it is Kato Sicarius.
What was I on about? I think that also if humanity got desperate enough, they would still make a female custodian. But yes, I understand why it would be easier for them to just use the literal genetics of something that is far stronger in terms of genetics. Like sheer genetics, nothing... Yeah.
If we start
no morality to it at all.
If you start getting like augmentations, it's a fair game. You do whatever the hell you want. You're a robot now.
Yeah. But I do think that if they got desperate enough, would still make a female custodian. Which could be the case.
It could be. I don't think they're that desperate.
And humanity's been slipping for a couple years now.
Just gonna keep ambushing all of these people.
Perfectly fine if we had female space marines, because there'd be no difference from the outside world. They're all just wearing the fucking Ford F-150 suits.
That is another issue. At least if you don't look into any of the transformation, sure.
Yeah.
The gruesome amount of work that they have to do to be transformed into a space marine.
It is. Not a fun time. It's not a good process. It is
not a Captain America. You go into a tube and come out ripped.
No, it is a very disgusting and grueling process, and honestly horrid. So, I do not envy people that get turned into Space Marines. Also, barely willing to get turned into Space Marines. It's more or less, do you want a chance to get away from this life or die trying? Yeah? Well, get over here.
It's like, all right, you're here now.
And most of them don't live. Most of them really do not survive the process. It is horrible to become a Space Marine. And
oh yeah, boys, it's assaulting time.
I think actually, funny enough, it's not just men in the tryouts. Like, I've seen imagery of it, and it's not... I don't think it's just men in tryouts. I think there's young women there, too. However, most of them just kind of end up dying. If not all of them. And then, on top of that, I don't think any female Space Marine has lived... Or, like, someone that is female that's been trying to turn into a Space Marine has actually lived the process. Or survived the process. Yet. I want that to be clear. Yet. No female has survived the process yet. Because of genetics. So it's a process with them trying to develop a way. They have to physically develop and use a lot of years in science and resources to develop a way to actually get female Space Marines.
Yeah. I think it would be much easier to just make a new faction with, like, power armored ladies.
Yeah.
Or just use the one that
there's other ways to empower than just making female Space Marines.
Because it's like, you don't have to retcon the lore. You have an entire universe. Which one of you is Chaos here?
I don't know if there is a way, if like, any of them are female, though. And I don't think there are.
Not as far as I've seen.
Yeah.
Alright, this rhino will be stuck here. Not allowed to leave. He will sit in the wireweed and you will die. He will perish for your crimes.
You will perish.
Perish.
Perish. God, so dumb.
Mr. Obama, I would do anything. Then perish.
Perish. So good. So stupid.
Hey, do you have a scan unlocked right now?
Yeah.
Top right of the map where these two little bases are, you want to just... There's two unclaimed outposts. You want to just scan in the middle of that?
Yeah, I can scan in the middle. Actually, I got one better. One moment. I'm going to scan it, and I'm going to take it. There we go. Oh, you did it! You bastard! Ew, dick.
I claim this land for Kato Sicarius.
I claim this land. Oh, damn. Well, you know what I'm gonna do?
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I'll take the other one.
Frick that rhino. It's mine now.
That rhino will die there. No, I know that you're not trying to start an argument. We're actually trying to figure out, in lore-wise, what's going on. Like, it's not... we're not actually hounding on anything. We're just trying to figure out why it hasn't happened, or how it could happen, canonically. Wait, who's Loopy? We did bring the witness over from... What? Huh?
The witness? The guy from Destiny?
The guy from Destiny? That's what I thought, too. I was like, huh? Who's playing Destiny? No, yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out lore-wise. Spell check?
Yeah. The Bungie devs really just said, we're done with Destiny, goodbye.
Oh, did we bring the weirdness? Okay. I don't mind it. I like talking about this stuff. It's really fun and engaging. And I do enjoy the conversation.
This is the content we get with late night Gladius streams.
We just start talking lore and how we're just... There's so much going on in this one corner of the map.
Look at my corner.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm sitting here between two loyalist factions.
Which one are you? Oh, you're the whites.
I'm the white one. I've said hi over here. I can't tell your legion apart from the other blue legion because they look so close together in color.
I was gonna say I'm the one that's not chaos, but the other one's also not chaos.
The other one's also not chaos. No, you guys are so close together in color that I cannot tell you apart. The city of Kato Sicarius. So let me ask random questions, because I know next to nothing about... Yeah, no, it's fine. You can go ahead and ask random questions. We'll either figure it out or we won't, and that's okay too. Not figuring out is, funny enough, still valid.
It's the research that counts.
It is the research that counts. And I, unfortunately, can't do research in the middle of a stream. I can only speculate.
I am currently burning Prospero, don't mind me.
Oh? What faction 40k would be most likely to sneak into the Emperor's throne room to smoke weed and leave?
Alpha Legion.
Alpha
Legion's already done it.
Alpha Legion has literally already done it. What do you mean they've already done it?
Alfarius literally showed up in the throne room. They didn't smoke weed, but he almost tapped the Emperor.
Oh my god. So if anyone, it would have been Alpha Legion. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty much how the Custodians learned of the Alpha Legion, was Alfarius killing off a Custodian, taking his armor, and then going into the Imperial crowds.
Oh my god. Well, there's your answer.
Valdor was not happy about it.
There's your answer, Alpha Legion. Now, what other faction is most likely to get into the throne room? Gene Stealers. Or, fucking Thousand Suns. If they weren't Chaos.
After that, you have to really start thinking about it, because then you have to figure out how to brute force past Custodians. Because you're not getting there from the warp.
Well, not anymore, at least. Fucking Magnus and his just busting a hole into the throne room. Man almost ripped apart the throne room by accident.
What a nerd.
He didn't even mean to do it. He was just trying to help the Emperor. Said, Father, they're coming! Oh no, I've destroyed the throne room! Shit! And that's a crude summary of what Magnus did. Sounds like a bull in a china shop moment. Absolutely. That's correct. Learned?
When Magnus did that, he was like a couple of planets away.
He could have just been there.
He could have just been there.
Just could have been there and didn't. And so dumb. And now we have the Thousand Suns. Now,
this is what you get, Magnus. This is why we burned Prospero. Because you didn't feel like just traveling.
Oh, right. You're currently killing the Thousand Suns. You're absolutely in the middle of a fight with them.
Prospero's in flames.
Damn. Should have had a better Primarch. Your Primarch failed you.
Primarch? Whack.
Primarch? Whack. Systems you control? Whack.
Whack.
The White Scars? Tight as fuck. I like them because they like to go fast.
White Scars literally their Primarch just left to go just to go hit Dark Eldar. You know what? We're just gonna go to the webway and just fighting, killing Dark Eldar.
You know, one of the coolest Primarchs, which I think is, and honestly, the literal strong, also immortal, it's fucking Vulcan.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Horus Heresy is 99% the Emperor not explaining shit and had to dealt with the reasonable consequences?
Yep.
Yeah. If he would have explained anything about his plan, it would have ended up so much better. If he would have been a better dad, period, would have been so much better. Like, this is on him. Absolutely 100% his fault. There is no one else to blame. He was even warned several times, hey, treat your children better, otherwise something bad's gonna happen. Didn't do it, something bad happened, entire empire in shambles. But she's just a witch! It's like, no, she's telling you the actual future, and you're ignoring her and doing witch trials. And then guess what? There went your entire Imperium of Man. I hope you're happy. No, he's condemned to a chair for the rest of his life. Man lived for hundreds of, like, tens of thousands of years to then get put in a chair indefinitely.
Congratulations, chair boy. This is what you get for not telling me things.
Dumb fuck moment. You're a veggie on a throne. Alamo. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Just so dumb.
Add permitted term, dumb fuck.
Yep, added permitted term, dumb fuck. I love seeing that. I'm gonna screenshot that. That's so dumb, but I'm just taking a screenshot of it. I'm gonna post that in the tavern just because I think it's funny.
First blood.
But yeah, no, it's very silly. Oh, did we finally find Fulgrim's Legion?
I don't know. We killed one. We killed somebody. I think
we
killed.
Oh no, we killed Fulgrim. He's gone. Oh no, he's dead. Whatever will we do? Dude literally was losing a fight and said, "Nah, I got cheat codes. Didn't you know?" Jesus. So Fulgrim was fighting the Iron Hands Primarch?
Yes.
What's his name?
Ferrus Manus.
Okay, so he's fighting Ferrus. Ferrus was winning. I want this to be very clear. Ferrus was winning, and Slaanesh said, "Just succumb to, just do it. Just do it. Become one of my chosen. I'll give you power. You'll win the fight." And he said, "Guess what, Ferrus? I got cheat codes." And then yeah.
And dude, I'm reading through the Fulgrim book right now. It is tragic. Because it literally talks about, like, the Iron Warriors and the Thousand Sons are working together. Or not the Thousand, but the Emperor's Children. And they're like, yeah, dude, we gotta work with the Iron Warriors. This is gonna be great. Our two Primarchs are, like, best friends. We love these guys. And I'm like, I know how this story ends.
I know how this story goes and how it basically unfolds. Damn. It was really just a rough day. It's a rough couple centuries, you know? It's just rough.
It's just rough, dude. It was all fine and dandy until it literally was just Erebus and a handful of swords is what just caused the downfall of the entire Imperium. Fulgrim found a cool-looking sword. Erebus stole a cool-looking sword. And now we have chaos.
Now we have chaos. I mean, it also was, you know, the, like, years of you should be the new emperor. You're strong enough. Your father doesn't love you. Like,
oh yeah, no, it was definitely that. And then he got hit with the freaking god killer sword.
I think another thing that contributed to that, funny enough, was all of the things they did. Like, every single thing that he did.
All the build times just one right now.
Yeah. Like, the amount of things he did to lure the other legions away, honestly, just awful. And I hate it. I hate it so much. Because I think the worst one that I heard about was the Blood Angels one. That one was a tragedy. Because it's like, hey, how about you guys come over here and there's a cure for this thing that's been, you know, just Warhammer is just a downer. That's the major reason to keep distance from it.
It's a downer until you start looking into the guard books. The guard books are how you, like, that's
go look at the boys. The, good stuff. The boys are funny as fuck. They are hilarious.
I like the guard books because it's just we will win somehow.
Cadia is a perfect example, but I want to get back to just the Blood Angels thing, just real quick, and then we'll move to Cadia because Cadia is really cool. Essentially,
we can't move to Cadia anymore, Dave.
We can't. You're right. Horus told the Blood Angels, "Hey, the cure for this disease that you've had for like since you existed is over here," and just lured the entire legion away. Awful moment. And then he came back with a vengeance. Really mad. But Cadia is the story of a planet that broke before the will of the people. Essentially, shortest version of the story, they fought, I don't know how long they fought on the planet, but the forces fighting them, which I don't even remember who was fighting them, literally planet the Black Legion. The Black Legion cracked their planet before the Cadians actually gave out. The Cadians fought for so long. No, I don't.
He found an old, I think it was a Necron, either Necron or an Eldar ship, but it was a black ship, a big old thing, literally like flying fortress looking ship, and then tried to use it to blow up the planet. That didn't work, and so he just said screw it, hit it with a bunch of jets and threw it into the planet.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
He just threw an entire like flying fortress at the planet, and then no more, no Moscadia.
Yeah, so essentially they were holding the line so well that the solution was to just blow up the planet. If I can't have the planet, no one can have the planet, and so no one has the planet anymore because it's kaboom.
Chaos spawn over here. Get out of here.
But yeah, that's Cadia in a nutshell. Is hey, humanity the Imperium was doing so well at defending themselves that the solution was to just get rid of it. Awful. For a second, I thought there was a goddamn Necron on the field. I was very concerned. It was just a chaplain.
Oh, I gotta go and fight my way to go find somebody else to kill.
I think we're actually
I think I'm just gonna start going west. We're not even to turn 20 yet.
No, but I did predict, funny enough, when games usually end. They end by turn 50. In like the regular matches I play, they all end by turn 50.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm gonna be running a group through the Tomb of Horrors tomorrow. But they're not ready for this.
They're not ready for that?
Nope.
Hopefully they don't watch my streams, which they should.
It is. Why have you played it?
No, I was talking about streams.
It's a dungeon meant for thinking your way through and not as much fighting your way through.
I wish my players would think about that.
There's a lot of traps, like everywhere. There's like, I think 3 or 4 different traps that are just instant death.
Yeah.
Like it's not. There's a couple that are just large amounts of damage, and a couple that are just dead. You just die.
Mm-hmm. My players have a very similar problem.
It's really fun because it's like super chill combats, like a slime or like a couple of dudes.
Micah, you have another target. It's on your left.
I see this. He just kind of dropped it in my front yard. A heretic just burrowed out of a hole in my yard, like a mole.
Like a mole.
The boss is like he's a demi-lich that shows up and has an ability that can just immediately reduce you to 0 hit points.
Oh no. My players don't understand the concept of maybe we should slow down and figure out the problem first. Their solution is how hard can we hit it first? That's not a solution. It is if we hit it hard enough.
Hit it very hard. It just means you're not hitting the right thing.
It just means you're not hitting the right thing. Oh, that's a statement.
Do I have melted bombs yet? I have melted bombs.
Well, they're not murder hobos either. At least most of them aren't murder hobos. God, playing with murder hobos causes so many problems, and I'm glad that one of my players is smart enough to know if they try it, they're gonna die.
That's the nice part about having like established law enforcement in your worlds. It's just like, hey, you're welcome to do this. It's gonna have consequences, but I won't stop you. But the nice part is when the players police themselves. That's the good stuff. I don't feel like standing in Razorweed, so I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Hurdy.
So? It's allowed to hurdy.
Hurdy.
But that's, as the Emperor's children would say, that's the best part.
Dude, I really like the Emperor's Children. I really like just that.
You know,
so that should be the one chaos guy to actually go for.
Situation. Yeah, that is always interesting. You had to get into unwinnable situations to pour hearts into it until the DM literally pulls back. Yeah. I put my players in the warp last week.
Amazing.
They were at Alpha's knighting ceremony, where he finally took his devotion, oath of devotion.
The soldier he always wanted to not be.
He took his oath of devotion for Paladin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had myself literally there. I had a character that I described what I was wearing to them. Someone walked up to them, like up to that character, and said, "Hey, what's your deal? Why are you here?" And I didn't change voices to make it very obvious it was just a self-insert for funnies, because I've never done that before. And then I walked away and then dumped the entire estate into the warp just for funny.
As you do.
As you do, just dumps an entire complex into the void. Because why not? Just kind of feeling silly today, you know?
Felt cute. Might throw the civilization to the warp later.
Not only did I throw them into the warp, I threw 20 orc ships into the warp and part of the undead army that they were trying to find and fight. The undead armada they were looking to go fight. So, it's fine. And then I decided the way out is to destroy these 4 pillars with a frigate I gave them, while avoiding the conflict of orcs fighting undead. Tried to seal off sewer with shaped water to stop a ship criminal from escaping. Nearly told it was meant to be a chase scene. That's unfortunate. Yeah, chase rules are really interesting, and they need to be stated before a chase happens, I feel like. Like, hey, this next scene is going to have the chase rules, which I did that once, and I made it very clear before we started the chase that, hey, this is a chase scene. A lot of what you're going to try to do during this is not going to work the way you want it to. You at least got to damage the ship on its way out. That's cool. That's good. At least it's a nice compromise. They not only caught my guy, but then I introduced a character that is a permanently immortal undead that is perpetually drunk because he can't stand the voices in his head otherwise. And so, how they met him was he was falling off a building, and, like, he got cut in half at the, at, like, not where your hips are, but a little bit below that, like the waist. Kinda. Anyway, he got cut in half. Where his legs hit the ground, but his upper torso, like his torso bit, hit inside of the ship that was flying by that Alpha was piloting. So the legs got up and like walked around until someone grabbed the legs, because what the fuck are legs doing? Getting up and walking around.
They should know better.
They should know better. That's a statement. These legs should know better. Why are they up and walking? Sir, they're legs. They walk. That's kind of their job. They do the little walkies, you know?
Take my legs out for walkies.
Take my legs out for walkies. I need to do that more often.
Yeah, you do.
One day. One day I'll be a healthy person. Right?
No, just like half an hour. Go walk.
I walked a little bit today. Not a lot. It was just into the store and out of the store. But it was still walking.
Even like, yeah, because even like a little bit of physical activity does help.
Yeah. Probably.
Normally on my days off, I just throw in my audiobook and then go randomly walk around places.
I need to do something like that. I just need to find the motivation to. Currently, I don't.
Do it. The motivation shows up later.
The motivation shows up later. Oh. Just wanna pride along. You can rant about D&D moments all you want.
Dude, this is the late night yapping Gladius stream. That's what we're here for.
Wonder if Toll... No, that was probably Faye. My plot, and Alpha hates it because I say it every time, randomly appears. It is almost completely unplanned plot. Almost. Sometimes it's planned. Most of the time it's a happy little accident. Where things just kind of line up in really nice, fun ways. Like, a great example is I didn't plan for... Let me go look at some of my past sessions real quick. I will let you know. Let's see. Where was it? Oh, there's just some really interesting moments that I never actually planned, and I don't remember where they are now. Like, things just kind of fall into place, and it's really nice.
There's really no rhyme or reason to my guys. I'm kind of just... They attack whatever happens to be closest at the time.
That's awful. Fireproof mimics in a flaming room. That sounds terrible. By the way, Micah, I'm at the point where I'm actively trying to kill them.
Just cause.
I can't.
No. There's really, really fun ways you can do. I've had a mimic, like basically a scientist.
No, I don't know Tucker's kobolds. A scientist?
There's a scientist that's like studying. I put him in studying mimics, and as they're going through, there's like different forms of it, and then they find a stash of health potions, and two out of the three are just mimics.
That one's always a fun one. I've done that to players before. I think it's funny. They don't think it's funny.
You just have to make sure you set it up. If you don't set it up right, then it just feels bad.
I gave one of my players mimic balls because he asked if he had an STD, and I said yes.
Your balls are mimics.
I made it up on the spot. It was really funny to me, and yeah, he lost in a game of countdown dice. You know what countdown dice is, right?
No.
It's where someone rolls a D100 or a D1000, whatever you want, like just a absurdly large number on a just big dice generator. And then whatever number it is, the next person has to roll whatever that number says. So if you roll like 1,000...
I've played that several times.
Yeah. So you know what it is. You didn't know what it was
called. Just try not to hit one.
Yeah, you try not to get a nat 1. He got the nat 1 before I did. Basically, we had a preliminary one-shot with a new DM, and they had us against hyper-intelligent, trigger-happy kobolds. Kobolds are not smart, for one.
Yeah, dude, well, no, kobolds are incredibly smart.
Well, they're smart, but they're not.
They're just not strong. Kobolds can be, like, honestly dangerous into way later levels than they should be.
Interesting.
You can make kobolds deadly to, like, a level 10 party. It's just all about how you set up their traps and how smart you make them.
I suppose. You need to get that good balance, though, because if you have, like, really poorly built stuff or are not planning correctly, you end up with a really unsatisfying encounter. It was to keep the anti-magic field. We had general in the party. Oh, that's interesting. Permanent level. What is that? That's interesting. permanent level of exhaustion is not fun.
Have you seen the new exhaustion mechanics?
No, what are
they? They have changed how exhaustion works.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it up here. 5e.
Monk's key didn't work because it counted. Key points are not magic. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Key points are not magic. They should be able to... It's martial arts. Key points are not magic. Why wouldn't they be able to function in an anti-magic field? They're not a magical effect. When you use Fury of Blows, does it go through... I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at the DM. Tell me. Alright. So if I use a key point for Fury of Blows, does that mean that all my attacks are magical and should not have the half penalty on things that are immune to non-magical attack, or not immune, but half damage resistant to non-magical attacks?
It'd be really awkward if somebody counterspelled your Flurry of Blows.
Yeah, right? It's not a fucking spell. That's like saying another one, which actually can't, funny enough, rules is written, can't be counterspelled. Because it's not... Is it a spell? No, it is. It's a reaction, or like an on-attack spell. I think Divine Smite can be counterspell.
I would think so. It is a spell.
It's not a... It doesn't have any verbal, somatic, or physical components, though. So, in order to even register it happening, you would have to know that it's going to get cast. So you wouldn't have a reaction to... You wouldn't have anything to trigger that reaction. That's why you can't counterspell subtle spells. It's like a free subtle spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would argue, actually, that Divine Smite couldn't be counterspelled. Simply because there's no telegraphed sign that it's going to happen.
It just happens.
It just happens after the hit. It happens after the hit, too. It doesn't happen before.
You get slashed by a sword, and then you're like, alright, cool, and then you just burst.
Yeah, so I would argue that Divine Smite is not counterspellable. It's like Subtle Spell. Where Subtle Spell is also not counterspellable. Because there's nothing to... Like, you can't see what you're counterspelling.
Mm.
Because it's supposed to stop you from casting the spell. No,
my guys are just going in any random
my guys are really, like, hard to kill. And so I have made a mistake in making them actually overpowered that I need to now find a way to upscale combat. To compensate for what I've done.
Hard to kill in which way?
They're just hard to kill. They're hard to keep down, and I think I'm blaming the cleric. Honestly. The cleric is the entire reason they're alive. Just in general.
Dex saves are wonderful.
Well, no, to keep them dead too. We looked at the loot, then the orb, and then decided to play it safe and turn off the field first. That makes sense.
There's the two things I would recommend is Dex save.
There's a reason why I say this DM was a really bad DM, and then when we got to the treasure room, saw piles of treasure in the center of that. Okay, cool. The instant we do, the chandeliers drop. Blaze train. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, that's really just not rewarding for anyone. Mm. What I have just read is like a really unrewarding experience, and if I ever had a GM that was like that, I would stand up and walk away from the table. No, thank you. This is rage-inducing.
Joe Cat, incoming ad in 2 minutes.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. I can't stop it. I don't have the button to dismiss ad. Joe Cat, I'm gonna lose you for a whole minute. No. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Well, actually, no. 6 minutes. It's 6 minutes until pre-rolls are gone. No, you got time.
It says incoming ad break in 2 minutes.
Oh, no. That's not supposed to happen yet. Oh, we beat another one. I don't know who just died, but they're gone.
Horus.
Horus died? Perfect.
We killed him again.
We killed him again. After your TPK. Oh, there was a total party kill? Interesting. You were trying to be greedy, though. You were trying to be carefully greedy. That doesn't make any sense. Interesting.
Oh,
yeah, let's whatever it is, let's not get into that then. That part specifically, Fire Tiger. Oh, the World Eaters are dead.
But no, back to killing your hard to kill members. A lot of it depends on like how they're staying alive. Like, is it armor? Is it like armor class? Is it what are they doing?
No, they just won't stay dead. Just simply won't stay dead.
Disintegrate is a wonderful spell, and so is Counterspell.
Disintegrate and
Disintegrate, or you could even just using a lot of like crowd control mechanics in your layers to like don't just let them all be in the cluster. Or counterspells. Honestly, counterspells is a wonderful thing.
Not even counterspell. What I could do is literally just lop off limbs. What are they going to revive? Yeah. A body without a limb?
Just be sure to give yourself to be penalized for that kind of stuff.
If they revive him without a limb?
No, like if you're targeting limbs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I meant to tell you the new exhaustion mechanics.
Yeah.
So it kills you at 6 now. It doesn't kill you at 5. So that's the first thing. But it is for every level of exhaustion you have, whenever you roll a d20, it is 2 times your exhaustion just gets subtracted.
Oh.
So like you have 1 level of exhaustion, you roll a d20, it's just -2.
Oh no.
And then your speed is reduced by 5 times your exhaustion level.
Oh god.
So at 5 levels of exhaustion, you're reduced to 20. You're reduced by 25 feet.
You ain't moving.
You can. Minimum movement's 30 feet.
Or maximum.
All of the short.
Normally.
No, it's minimum. There is no race now with less than 30 feet.
Oh.
All the short guys get to 30 feet now.
Well, that's nice. I actually like that. Because then there's no meta builds based on speed.
I think there are still some races that are faster, but there's no race that's
apparently we're investigating something. The Russian consequences for the situation with it. Oh, that's disgusting. 9 of them. Well, it's because it's 5 minutes of ads. How much ads?
At least 2 minutes of ads.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes of ads. But pre-rolls are gone. Oh. Wait, no, Horse is still alive. Horse is right there.
Well, I mean, the city that was killed was literally called Horus. That's why.
Oh. Wild. Night Lords are still up. And the Black Legion. Damn, we've been going for an hour. I still have another hour of stream, and you're gonna be gone for that hour. Damn.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna cause a civil war.
Dude, I've learned I somewhat enjoy the PvP in Space Marine. I'm just not good at PvP games.
I love the PvP in Space Marine so much. It reminds me of Gears. Gears is really fun for me. I have just been enjoying fighting the neutrals.
Dude, we need to play Dark Tide soon, though. because they're gonna be dropping a lot more stuff for Dark Tide very soon. I think they might have already done it.
This is such a faster paced game than Space Marine.
I gotta figure out how you unlock. I gotta unlock different weapons because I want my heavy in PvP to have the melted gunning. The heavy vulture is cool, but I feel like I just lose every firefight with it.
You just have to play. Like, you just play multiplayer. You can play as any class and get all of the weapons as long as you get levels for it. It's just a leveling system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna push all my guys west until I see a bad guy.
That's what I'm doing. And moving forward, and then firing, and then firing, and then moving forward, and moving forward, and then shooting something. Oh shit, fucking Death Guard is still alive? Alright, I think you're back. You're free!
Yay!
So,
just let him go.
I am sorry that happened, that specifically, the GM did something so horrendous that a player actually vomited. I would hate to know what that was. I do not want to know what that was. I would like to be, not told, because it sounds horrible.
Don't worry, I'm helping.
My condolences. What am I allowed to shoot? Oh, that. Oh shit, we might actually lose the Blood Angels. They're getting hit hard.
Sanguinius is
gonna die. Sanguinius is surrounded by chaos.
Gosh dang it.
Specifically by the faction that looked like Horus's faction.
Gosh dang it, it's all happening again.
The fate will always be sealed. I've lost a lot of Space Marines in this battle. Like, a lot.
All of the dudes over here are dead.
Oh, nice. Choose research. Let's go with Vindicator.
I think I know exactly.
And then less than 3 stations later, got double tapped by a red dragon at level 8. Who the fuck puts a level? What? Who puts a red dragon at level 8?
Unless it was like a freaking baby. The better should have been like a baby
Ancient
dragon.
or worm? That was a young?
Alright, maybe. Let's see how young.
Oh, you're dying, Micah. Your mic is dying. I don't know what's happening.
Is it?
Yeah. Wait, are you sure you didn't kill the Night Lords and the Thousand Suns are just down here?
I don't know. I killed somebody.
I think you killed Night Lords because these are a lot brighter. And they're more Thousand Sun colored. Also the product of BS Island.
I don't know I don't know what I sound like, so I can't tell.
You fixed it.
Okay.
I think Sanguinius... No, Sanguinius is dying. Holy shit, his capital is surrounded.
Where's Sanguinius at?
On my left. The front line. The Imperial Fist is also not winning.
It's okay, we'll get there. You go help Sanguinius, I'll start pushing down there.
Most of my army is already down by the Imperial Fist, so I'm not gonna lie to you.
My army is mostly on the other side of the table.
Oh no.
Here, distraction.
Don't worry, Sanguinius. I'm on my way. History will change. I wish that some of my friends had Tabletop Simulator, like other friends, because I would love to play the tabletop version of Horus v everything else. But like in the 40k rules, not Horus rules. Because I don't actually like the Horus rules. Don't tell Vanguard that, though.
I'd like them. I really want to see what it's like running a really vehicle-heavy list into something like that.
I don't particularly like that era. Very 40k
nerd. Are you a heretic? No, you're chill.
Are you a heretic? Said the Inquisition. Oh my God! Wait, a chaplain. Sorry.
I had to look at him like, oh.
That was really funny. It's just a chaplain. Are you a heretic? No, I'm a chaplain. A heretic? A heretic?
I don't recognize that key. Heretic.
But I don't recognize you. Heretic. Oh. Huh.
No ID? Heretic.
No ID? Guess you're not in the Empire anymore. Huh? What? What do you mean by that? I said what I meant. And I meant what I said. Heretic. Oh. Oh no. Anyway. Carrying on.
We'll get there eventually, guys.
Some silly thing that I like to do, and I will look at chat in a second. I can feel chat moving.
Feel it.
I can feel it moving forward. Is me and my friends will, instead of singing a song, just deadpan say the lines instead. Because it was intentionally some of the homebrewed proto-dragon weird homebrewed proto-dragon that reflects spells you toss at it against 2 peer casters. So you basically nerfed some of your party, which is awful. Which got his wife, the dragon, who double tapped me. We casually walk the anti-dragon while in trash or only.
Weird.
Huh.
There's counter your party, and then there's that.
And there's playing to kill your party like that, and there's trying to figure out how to make an encounter deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you realize your party is overpowered. Also wild. Supposedly, there's this dragon that's here, even though in lore that you said there's no dragons. I mean, that one's just that he was probably setting up to, like, have this cool thing where, hey, there's actually dragons, but they're specifically being made by this weird subplot point or main plot point. Which makes sense, but, like, whatever.
I kind of want to help you make an encounter to kill your party now.
I want to kill them. And I really shouldn't. But I really want to.
Well, at this point, we're just trying to make a deadly encounter.
Deadly does have the word dead in it.
So outside of just absurdly high, like, combat rating monsters.
Yeah, outside of that, because I'm not trying to just stomp them for no reason. Yeah. I'm trying to also make it make sense in lore and what they're doing.
No, you can do a lot of fun things with like lesser creatures that have really brutal effects, like intellect devours are really funny to throw into high level encounters.
I actually, funny enough, almost killed one of them the other day. Like last session, because he decided he was going to go by himself on a quest. And I specifically wrote the quest as, hey, there are a lot of goblins, like many goblins. I wrote it down. Many, to me, is around 30. There were 30 goblins. And so he got wrecked really hard. And then 2 people came by and saved him afterwards. The goblins also stabilized him because they wanted to figure out how he worked first. Because he was a Warforged. So they were trying to figure him out. The only reason he didn't die was because, well, it made sense that they didn't just straight up kill him. Like, ooh, pretty shiny metal. I wonder if we can repurpose this thing to work for us instead. So, that is why he didn't just straight up die. But otherwise, he should have died. Like, you went off on your own without the action economy or AoEs. No AoEs. He had not a single AoE. Period. Why? He fixed it. He rectified it later. Artificers don't get many AoEs, by the way. I love to talk D&D. That is correct. Also, wait,
other fun ones.
Wasn't able to worlds. The Tarask was also there too. Why?
As you do.
It was asleep under the island. It's like, huh? Like, you have to go into a game saying, hey, like, you have to go into the game saying, hey, I am trying to kill you before you do that. And I have let my players know, I am trying to kill you. Please let that be known, my players. I let them know before anything. If you die, I was trying. Also, I have hydrated and I have stopped sitting crisscross. I can feel my feet again. This is good. Another damning detail, the party wasn't there one day. We do a dream dungeon where it's kind of fun challenges in our sleep and get OP shit in the waking world, meaning the missing person will be left. Oh, that's sad. Canonically for me...
You missed a session, idiot.
I do the same... Okay, that one I do the same thing too, because I have... Let's see. I have 12 players.
That's too many people.
They do not all show up at the same time, Micah. But I have 12 of them. In any given week, I have around 5 to 6, normally. If all 12 of them showed up, I would cry. There'd be nothing I could do. I would just cry. Also, hey, I do DMing professionally. Let's do this. And then learned. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Five people tops. I mean, 5 people is a good... It's the best number. I'm not even gonna lie to you. 5 is like the sweet spot for players in a game. I think it is perfect in every sense of the word. Anyway, carrying on. The thing I do is a very similar prospect because, and I want this to be very clear, and they know that if they don't show up, they don't get rewards. So, and they're all fine with it. No, I've not had a single one of them complain about it, because what's to complain about? I didn't show up, I don't get rewards, whatever. Makes sense. They also get carried a lot, like when they're low levels, when they do show up next, right? They get a boost to XP because they're working with higher level characters. So the higher level characters don't get as much XP or whatever, or like milestone progress, which is what I do, but they don't get as much because they're essentially getting mentored by the higher level characters, is what it boils down to, if that makes sense. So low level characters get bonuses when higher level characters are around in terms of experience gain, likelihood to get a level up is really what it comes down to. And then higher level characters are less likely to level up unless it is a huge story moment where I want them to level up. And that's usually what that is. There's usually not boons that they come out with, but the people that consistently show up get more funds to purchase more items. The one thing that I'll say that was honestly really sad that happened was the character whose backstory we were exploring wasn't there for their backstory. So they completed his entire arc without him even being there. Like, he was there for the start of the arc, and then the rest of the arc just whatever. If I felt out, legit said to another member, if I wanted, I would have paid for it. I don't actually know what that means, and I don't want to know what that means. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know what that means. Oh, never mind. No, I figured out what it means. Never mind. I know what that means now. I had to think like Faye. Sorry. Yeah, that's fucked. I DM professionally. Why would you torture your friends? Especially if they don't want it.
I DM professionally, and boy am I starving.
Like, I play to have a fun time. Most of my sessions, like I've said a few times just like recently, not planned at all whatsoever. It is, I have a vague idea of what I want to do, and then we do it. Conveniently, Micah, if we ever get to play again for your group, you're gonna witness the lovely thing that happens. Technically, your party's also in the warp now, in real time. You'll figure out how you end up there eventually. Because a tin spent money to revive Alpha's other character, Aran. For some reason. This actually might still go to 25 or to 40 turns, which is going to be impressive if it does. I've saved Sanguinius! He will survive!
Okay, Dorn is being rescued. He did not need much rescuing. He's being rescued.
He did not need much rescuing, but he is being rescued. Nonetheless, you will be saved, whether you like it or not. I'm doing my my voices again. I think it might be late in the night. I'm doing my fucking no.
I still got it.
No! Stop! You leave me alone. You get out of my head.
No, I'm in your wall.
No, 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 no. I almost said it. I almost said what you just said. I need to stop. Please. I don't want it.
Just more fun.
Oh my god. Ended up prompting the split in the group. Not happy. Left taking closest friends with me. That makes sense. That's understandable. That's a good choice. Getting out of any like situation that's really bad is just a good choice in general. Wish some of my friends would take that to heart.
Cole just asked me if I'd played through Space Marine 2 campaign. I'm like, yes, and I'll do it again.
And I'll do it again. I'd do it again too. It's so good. Oh, there's a worse one.
Maybe not on the hardest difficulty.
Maybe on something more relaxing. Yeah, by the end of the game, so last time I played this game specifically, Alpha went through the 5 stages of grief. Because we were fighting Tyranids. And it was painful to play against them in a large map and large scale warfare. Because, oh my god, they had every tile covered.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All of them. And
That's
so
how it feels when I'm playing orcs.
So when we were about, like at the start of the game, it's like, yes, for Ultramar, for Macragge. And then by like turn 40, oh my god, my entire chapter has died. I've seen so many dead space marines. What's going on?
Like, time to invoke the plot armor. Calgar, come here.
And so it was awful for him. By the end of the game, he felt like really bad. It's a shame because the Prior was a lonely one to play with. I think she was a player. Need to find a way. My favorite GM ever was my old English teacher in high school. Best DM ever. I stole I stole her goddess because I wanted it for my own game.
How do you steal a goddess?
Yoink. And
no price tag.
So I stole her goddess because you know Thorn, right? Do you know Thorn? You don't know Thorn. You haven't met Thorn yet. So, nope. But I've talked about Thorn to you a few times, I feel like. So Thorn is this goddess. Actually, no, you've met Thorn's creatures before. You know the thing that made Alpha pass out? They were like the ebony black, like pitch black shadow creatures.
The shadowy.
Yeah, so Thorn is a hive mind that controls all those creatures and stuff that succumb to her psychic will. And so I stole that from my English teacher because why not? Would have had to actually keep up with your. My DM was not only my summer class English teacher, but my sewing club advisor and my chess club advisor as well as got me into theater at the time. So that was fun. And I loved the world that I also stole a lot of this concept from her as well, but I love the world she created because it was the campaign that I played Dave in. Dave was ripped from his own existence into this world, which I thought was hilarious. I think just being ripped from your home into a new world, isekai'd basically into a new world, if you will. I think that shit's funny. Really funny to me. And so he was ripped away from a war that he was in and into a new world. I know I've repeated myself like 3 times. But
I don't even care where my units go. I'm just pushing forward.
Dave
I will out-econ everyone.
Dave is custom level 40, I think. Yeah, Dave is custom to level 40 because he's a level 20 ranger and a level 20 3.5 edition psionic warrior. And so he is one hell of a character to play with now. But he was brought from his own world and ended up fighting through like a multi-planar existence, which was really interesting to think about and do. Let's see. My favorite moment playing as Dave was when I was fighting.
Look at the colors on this map.
Yeah, the colors are wild. A lie. Playing as Dave was fun because in this one situation because I asked the GM if I jump up on the back of this thing, right, of this giant, like this ice giant, and I just put my sword to like its neck and I just like use my, so to describe it, right, I had my right hand on the hilt, the blade across like the neck is like neck and chest ish, and then I had my vambrace pressed against the other side, like forearm against the other side. I just pressed down and ripped against this frost giant, and it just sat there and bled out. And my favorite part of the scene was the fact that I then like slid between another frost giant's legs, attacked it as I went. It was cool. I rolled contest like an acrobatics check because I didn't know what tumbling was at the time. She just said, "Hey, roll this check to see if you do it." I did it. Whatever. Was essentially the moment. And then when trying to escape, we had to go to this portal that was basically falling down this mountain, and we had to jump into it. I'm just gonna end my turn. Fuck this. And we all just kind of had to jump off the mountain and hope to God we land in the portal, because if we didn't, we were going to take so much fall damage. And so we all like landed through the portal and ended up back in the regular world. Initially going through the portal, it was actually above like this snowfall, so it was just a bunch of adventurers pouring out, like 7 of us pouring out of a portal and landing in snow, like face first into snow, or some of us landing upright. One of our current games is an isekai one, and starting to wonder if Little Brother's the one who's actually made a proper isekai character. But yeah, no, we were just tumbling out of a portal, and it was just really funny imagery, watching a bunch of idiots basically flail until they hit the ground. So, that's fun. Getting back was really fun, because you could, like, imagine a Lord of the Rings style camera of it panning across, watching all these guys kind of jump off the cliff, and then landing in a portal, hopefully. My character also did something really stupid. You know when the DM asks you, "Are you sure?" And usually your response should be no? Usually what you say is, no, I'm not sure. I thought to myself, yes, I am sure. And ended up fucking dying on the spot.
I will stick to my guns. This is a terrible life.
And then, you know the scene in Pirates of the Caribbean where he wakes up on, like, in a desert? Like, in a flat desert? Which I think is just the salt plains in wherever the fuck that is. In the U.S. It's Nevada. Remember when we were scaling a mountain and prior to this one had a premonition of falling off it? Ended up falling off. That's really funny. Nice.
Dude, that actually gives me a really cool idea for a character concept. There's a warlock subclass that's like all supposed to be like cosmic horror themed, but it's just like imagine playing a warlock whose like cursed knowledge comes from the fact that he's seen himself have like a very gruesome ending, and is just like become much stronger because of that.
Now I mentioned that like I died, right? But yeah. this GM was really good at flavoring death to not be the end. This is where I got the inspiration to also just keep him as a psychic character. I purposely took the level in psychic on death, but there's a caveat to it. You don't want to die too many times, otherwise if the psychic level passed your actual normal level, you would end up permanently dead. So if you died too many times, you would end up permadead. I still took the psychic route because I was really happy with it, and I thought it was a really cool piece of flavor, and I could run it into the character a lot, where he now started following Thorn. And this is where he got his huge fascination with Thorn. Like, huge fascination with Thorn. Unhealthy obsession. So, yeah. I don't think my English teacher would like that I made my original very first D&D character marry her goddess, though. Thinking about that now. A little weird. Okay, the chanting has become harder. Kitty's throwing her hands. Her head. Aw. That's cute. So he woke up in a desert, but instead of being like the Pirates of the Caribbean desert where it's like a flat plain, it was the actual desert, like with sand dunes and stuff, like Egyptian desert. And he woke up without any clothes, like straight up nothing. All of his gear was laid out in front of him in front of an oasis. And then at some point he felt the need to find like creatures that kind of looked like the ebony black creatures that he saw in the city. Like just shadow creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And so he took his bag of holding, which we didn't know that a bag of holding does not actually work this way, and drained the entire pond until he found the snake that was in there. And then he shoved the snake in the bag of holding.
Free snake.
And then found the portal to leave back to his reality at some point. He had to dig through the sand a bit to get in there. So, by the way, bag of holdings do not work that way. And the GM did not know that either. So his solution to trying to... See, he found a water world. His solution was to put his hands with an open bag of holding in the water world and just start absorbing water from this world. Indefinitely. Until the portal closes. It's like, surely I don't have to sit here too long until this portal closes, right? It'll just close whenever I find the creature and take it?
Yeah, it'll close eventually.
It'll close at some point, right? One day, right? No? Oh, no.
Just keep pushing forward. Eventually I will find something for you to kill.
I'm surprised you haven't found something to kill.
Although there are some things that are fighting. It's more just like mass pushing forward, and then it's like eventually I will just have more bodies than they can deal with.
There's still the one enemy that both the salamanders and whatever the other green one was. Oh, the Dark Angels are fighting right now. I am actively ending my turn when I think I have used enough Marines.
Just moving everybody forward. Move everyone forward, summon another Dreadnought, summon another Assault Marine, and turn.
Right, I can do that!
What, end turn?
No, I can drop units out of the fucking sky.
I haven't even gotten that high up in the level yet.
How? We should be at the same spot.
No idea.
Were you researching more than 4 texts in a line?
On one of them. 2 of them I did.
Yeah, that's why. I see. I understand now what's happened. You were just a little bit slower than me. I do have.
It's fine. My influence is currently going down, so it's fine.
What?
I don't know.
Your influence is going down?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you manage that?
I don't know. It's going down then.
That's not good. My favorite D&D character so far was the one prompted by fellow party members' name. The name? Interesting. Watching all of the units move, by the way, is insane.
Yeah, it is.
Like, they move and then they fight.
We have fully
rescued. You know, I expected us to win. Oh, Sanguinius is fine.
Yep.
I saved him.
Next time we gotta get 2 level 9s on their team.
I don't think that would have helped, actually. So level 9 doesn't actually do anything other than make it so they have an income buff, which is what we get when we're level 9, and the attack buff that we also get. So it just levels up their characters.
Yeah, but then it's just another thing that can hit.
She was stronger than reborn wild magic sorcerer who was Promethean Frankenstein end up being named Nala. Interesting. My favorite character I have ever played will always and forever be, I think, Quo Evad. I adore him. And then second to him is going to be Dave. And then third to him is going to be Aldwin, in terms of D&D. One of my favorite characters... Maybe. Wait. No, I have to reorder this. I forgot Ranger existed. Shit. I think it's going to be Quo, Ranger, Dave, Aldwin for D&D characters that I've ever played. Those are the 4 that I've played. The reason I like Quo is he is my first evil character that has a hint of good in him. Where he used to be a good person. Like, used to be an extremely good person. And then he fell to his pact. Because he's a pact of the fiend. And so he just kind of, like, fell into that really hard. Which is not good, you know? That's not a good sign. But my favorite moment with him was when he soloed the mini-boss of the encounter. He said, hey, the rest of you, can you deal with this one thing while I go in there and deal with the, like, go be a businessman to this person. Like, head of whatever this is, me, I'll convince him not to fight. And, like, take him alive, right? That did not happen. I took him alive, but that's not exactly what happened. What ended up happening was he showed up, ended both of the 2 guards the guy had, and I will let this one work, but I will not let that other message go. I'm going to deny that one. I do not like that word.
Barbarian is a flagged word?
Yeah, calling someone a barbarian, basically calling them primitive.
Wild.
But where was I? Shit. He specifically wanted to 1v1 this guy because he thinks he's like the best alchemist around. He thinks he's like the best guild person around. He like fully full of himself, like absolutely fed of just himself. And so he sat there at the guy's desk, standing there, and said, all right, are you going to surrender? The guy said, no, I'm not going to surrender. All right. And so they just kept like doing blows to each other, like back and forth the entire time, until eventually he said, are you ready to surrender? But note that he doesn't talk aloud. He talks in your head because he's a Kalishtar. So he talks just directly in your head. And so the guy finally gave up, and Quo is on fire. And so I just have him flick his little guild jacket, or like his little aristocrat jacket, and cast Prestidigitation to put out the fire. It's like, it's settled then. All right. And, then arrested him with some rope and brought him back to the Adventurers Guild for questioning because he was part of a cult that was trying to let all the monsters in, and that's not good. But he essentially sat there with his hands...
the monster, if you're cold outside, so are the monsters.
He essentially stood there with his hands on the table, dead staring this man down, eating his just hits over and over, and then saying, my turn. And then just firing Eldritch Blast into him over and over and over. And it's just sitting there just trading blow for blow the entire time until the guy realized, I'm going to fucking die if I sit here. He just used Armor of Agathis, or whatever tendrils it was, and just ate both of my servant's souls in one turn, and then turned it into temporary hit points for himself.
Just ate my servants. This man walked in and ate my servants.
He was sitting there on so much temp health because of his level. Or not his level, but like the what he did to get the health. We didn't know how it worked at the time either. So he was sitting on cheated health. Unintentionally cheated health. I want that to be very clear. He was not trying to. But he was sitting there with health he shouldn't have. Just like 30 of it? Like 30 temp HP. Just taking hit after hit. And then he still had 50 health on top of that. And so this guy wasn't winning. And he was terrified to be there. Like, genuinely scared. As he should be. There's this guy that walks into his room, kills both of his servants, and then starts going ban for ban in damage. It's like, what do I do? Arrests him. And just overconfident. And also talking in his head as an intimidation factor. Jeez. What a fucking monster of a character. He's also the character that I've absolutely... the DM no longer wants me to be a player for them. Because I definitely committed parts of my Geneva checklist in their game.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah. So...
They're fictional creatures. Why not?
I will say that he does have a soft side to him. He's not all bad. He's not a horrible person. Well, he is. But he's not the worst. He had a moment where he was trying to get information, and he took an opposite approach than interrogation. He took... I'm going to be nice. And he did thaumaturgy, where he... you have deliberately cheated once. It was one of the desperate... make the monk use... Okay. Uber Battle Master Cowboy. That's fun. Well, what matters is everyone's having fun at the end of the day. That's it. Period. Whatever's making everyone have fun, keep doing it. Anyway. He took this prisoner, right? And he used thaumaturgy because he related with this character who didn't want to be a cultist. He was forced to do it. And he's like, well, this person doesn't deserve any of my hate. Because why would they? They're not an awful person. I only like doing awful things to awful people. Because they're awful. If anyone's going to be evil, it's me, and I'm going to be the worst. But only to other evil people. And so he made the room smell like a meadow. He made the lights feel more like the torches feel more bright and homey. And he made it so his voice sounded more... like calm and nice. So I rolled at advantage because of what I did. It's like, hey, you get advantage. And I used my Dark One's inspiration, so a D10. And I got a 8 on that. I had a +9 to charisma checks. And I rolled a 15. So I had a 30. Just straight up 30.
30. A number that's basically supposed to be impossible to get to.
And I got all the information I needed. Because
I got his social security. I got his
I got his address. So, man's basically giving me his identity for free? For free?
For free, dude?
For free. But, yeah, no, he's not always an awful person, and I will stand by that. He just is awful a lot of the time to awful people. You shove awful people in his face, and he will go out of his way to make their lives worse. So, that's what he does. He also goes out of his way to save civilians. They are for two reasons. One, because he is, at the end of the day, he is like borderline chaotic good, but he is lawful evil. And his reasoning for saving these people, there are two things. One that he doesn't want to admit is that he likes saving people, and it makes him feel happy. And it, just overall is something that he enjoys doing, is actually saving lives. And the second one, which is the one he'll tell everyone, well, that's a potential customer. Why would I just let my customers die? Because at the end of the day, he's an alchemist. He makes potions to sell to people and undermines markets to basically make companies go bankrupt so he gets a monopoly. But still, even if he gets the monopoly, he won't raise the prices because he finds it unethical.
Nice.
Like, he's undermining the market value because he wants to make healthcare affordable. But he does it in a way that hurts a lot of people's jobs. Got around 30%. Stop throwing us into the gladiatorial fights against other innocents to fight himself. DM panicked. Felt like he had to respect the 30. Dude, you gotta respect a 30. You gotta respect that finesse. Now, you can respect it in a way that makes sense story-wise. What I would have done in a 30, instead of making the BBEG fight, I would have
watched your bikes just get hosed.
That's okay. I would have, if I knew that I didn't want the players to fight the BBEG at the time, I would say, all right, I suppose that I could stop throwing you at innocent people. Instead, here's one of my champions. You'll fight him instead. And throw in like a mini boss that you could fight. So that'd be a cool way to respect the 30 without making you fight the BBEG early. Thinking on the fly is one of the things that a GM has to do, and I will admit it's hard. It is not easy. It's going to be one of the most tough tasks a GM could do, honestly. So, but that's just my solution. Doesn't have to be God's word of a solution.
Just keep moving forward, boys.
I'm trying to put myself in the back line. Wait, when did we defeat the other one?
We'll run out of heretics eventually.
We're actually going to be on time for the end of stream. That's crazy. This is actually only going to take 2 hours. Which is an insane prospect.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh rules. I can't attack your castle until it kill all your minions.
Are you actually doing that?
Yeah.
Is that intentional?
Yeah. It's usually how I go.
Gotta get all their, turn stuff out of the way?
Yeah, it's like I might have, one bit of artillery that's just constantly pressuring the city. But I like to just, anytime I see a minion, just get it off the field immediately.
Get that bitch out of turn order.
Yep.
You don't need to be in turn order.
It's like, I will screw your economy over. You're investing in this? No. You're stupid.
You're stupid. No more economy for you. Only death. You wanted blood for the blood god, right? Does it have to be anything but yours? Your blood for the blood god? Perfect. The time to die. Anyway.
I don't think there's any spaces left that haven't been claimed by loyalists.
There's so much.
Wait, I found one.
Wait. Skip the final. Oh yeah, we basically skipped the final fight and adventuring party. Oh, and spared the other adventure. Also, the DM did something great by tricking us into thinking that we were doing 2 1-shots and then pitied us against the second. Oh, shots party. Interesting. But he won in advance because the second character was based off. Oh, interesting. There was this one shot that I did where one of the characters actually turned to the bad guy's side. My character would have never, ever done that. My character died, and I was okay with my character dying. After a little bit, I was like, oh, we were meant to die? That makes more sense now. I wish I would have known in a one-shot that that was okay and that would have happened, but I'm fine with it happening. I actually created a story via one-shots for this one character who is now known as Alduin. They got to be put in a campaign for like 7 sessions, and then it died. Because, unfortunately, everyone's times stopped matching up. And people did not like the serious topics. So, yeah. That was back when I didn't understand the do's and don'ts of playing a game with other people that don't have the same, what is it called? Lack of care for what is going on in the game. Not like that. That's bad wording. So I don't care how real the game gets. I am all for whatever happens.
I mean, you could just say like disregard.
That's complete disregard for any I don't have boundaries in my games, like personally for myself. I do respect other people's boundaries in games. I let all of my players know in the 12-man session that there are very few boundaries, like very few lines that me as a DM have in terms of what they'll do. What they're allowed to do. They're allowed to do whatever they want. I do not care. All there is that there are certain things that'll be faded to black if they're too serious, which is, I will not mention those.
We don't need to go there. That's why they're censored.
That's why they're censored. But there's very few things that they can't do. Like, they can say what they're going to do regardless, and it'll happen, but I will not describe it if I don't feel comfortable describing what happens. So, yeah, very few actual boundaries, I think, in my group for things. Anyway, my chat isn't fond of swearing yet. It will. It'll get used to swearing one way or another.
I definitely feel like I've sworn in chat before, but maybe not.
You have. I need to. So, I wish you. I had used it. Yeah. I have a lot of lines. If my characters bring up lines that they want to exist, we will talk about it. And if I am about to cross a line at all, oh my god! Wait, did we barely save the Imperial Fists?
No, we like rolled over. They just kind of kept hitting him.
Dude, the fists almost died.
I didn't realize that they just kept hitting them.
Holy shit.
Shout out to the Dark Angels for just dropping a Fortress Redemption.
There was an extremely graphic scene that happened in my fantasy campaign where I preemptively warned the people that were listening, hey, this is really bad. If you do not like extremely graphic scenes, please deafen now. And I gave that warning because it was really bad. And I mean, I traumatized a player bad, who I warned beforehand.
You were warned?
I actively said, hey, this is going to be really, really bad, and I am not joking when I say this. They were like, no, I can handle it. And I'm like, I'm not sure you can, but okay.
They were not ready for me.
They were not ready for the amount of death that I portrayed and how graphic I made it. So, yeah.
I'm just gonna keep making dreadnoughts every single time.
I will admit that it was really, really bad, like in terms of graphics. However, I will also say I had like 6 warnings before I did it. So that point, it's not on me. Describe graphics without warning. He legit asked us if we wanted to describe injuries anime style instead of his style, and then turned a number of players into... Oh, that's not great. The worst thing I've done is cut off a finger of one of my players in terms of permanent injuries. The other worst thing I've done is I have decapitated one of my players before. And we learned that you can revive a corpse by mending the head back onto it and then reviving them. So that's fun. Because a corpse is considered an object, and the mending spell only works on objects. So you can kind of just mend all their bits back together and say, "Aight, get back up." So that was fun. Also, the reason I like playing Dave is because I say what the DM did, but I've already been told that, yeah, probably shouldn't. Another reason why I like playing Dave is he is an interdimensional being.
Just a being. He's everywhere.
That likes to, he doesn't like to. He does not do this intentionally, by the way. He accidentally ends up in places. And it's never intentional. It is, oh no, I'm here now. Anyway, guess I'm here. Whatever. And he's just very nonchalant about everything.
I'm slowly just overrunning this dude's city.
My second favorite thing to play was my Gloomstalker ranger. He was a little murder robot. It's like the SP2 that teleports to different worlds at random. I don't know, maybe. So my little murder robot, Gloomstalker. So if you don't know what a Gloomstalker is capable of, it can simply become invisible in darkness. And that's the simple way to put it. The rules as written is if a creature relies on darkness to see the Gloomstalker, the Gloomstalker will be invisible to that creature. And so when he basically hides in the shadows, he is invisible to everything that doesn't need like true sight or blind sight or even, by the way, even superior dark vision from Drow can't see him in the dark. Yeah, so if you use dark vision to see me, no, you can't.
So you just need blind sight.
You need blind sight, true sight, or the Warlock's invocation for devil sight. Those three.
The new dwarves can probably do it. New dwarves have tremor sense.
Interesting. And now the best thing about this character was that he didn't know that he was killing.
How do you not know?
He doesn't know what death is. He's 3 years old.
I was just making them go to sleep.
Yep. He thinks he's just putting people to sleep. That is legitimately his thought process. That is exactly what goes through his mind when he says, I'm just putting my friends to sleep. He also thinks everyone is his friend.
Batman, you just killed the guy. No, I just put him to sleep. He's real tuckered out.
Yep. He actively thinks that everyone is just his friend. Just the pyro mindset? Yes. I agree. He's just the TFT pyro. However, he has a 5 in intelligence.
He's freaking well below average.
Well, he's a child.
He's a baby.
He is actively a child. He is a 3-year-old Warforged, but yes, child. And the party loved him, by the way. But he would always get into a lot of problems because he is, you know, he also doesn't know why his friends make this weird red juice. Like, they just kind of create red, and he doesn't know why. It's like, why do you do that? Why do you have this weird stuff that comes out of you?
Why are you juicing?
Why are you juiced?
Disgusting. Keep your oil inside yourself. We're in public.
Keep your oil inside yourself. We're in public. Oh man. Can you snooze ads? So I can't. Thank you. You can keep snoozing it every few minutes. But I'm just gonna let you finish off the game. I'm gonna focus on just randomly killing things, and you can finish the game.
I'm literally just clicking forward all of my guys.
I know.
I don't have enough room to move all my troops. Look at the map.
Nice seeing that.
We're running out of tiles.
Interesting. Where asked simple things like family and birthdays. So he had a weird little arc in the middle of a session where he just kind of snuck away, and the party didn't know where he went and said he'll just come back up eventually, right? He also had a tendency to forget who his friends were. Like, he forgot who you were if he was away from you for X amount of time because of his intelligence modifier.
Object permanence.
His object permanence was non-existent. Just gone. And so he observed relationships between people, and it's like, huh, those people are going on dates. I don't know what the heck that is, but they're, like, really fond of each other. What is that? He's also, like, 5'4".
He's freaking tall, lad.
No, 5'4". He's short. Short as fuck.
What? 5'4"? He's 3 years old, you just said.
Well, because he's a Warforged.
Oh, okay.
So he's 5'4", and he's a Warforged. So he's actually really short for a Warforged. Warforged can just be tall. Like, they're just made. His backstory consisted of he was on a war campaign. You'll notice that I like war. That's not evident.
And hammers too.
And he has killed a lot of people, not knowing that he's killed them. But I find his existence really funny. Just overall. He ended up coming up behind someone who was robbing another person and just sword or dagger offing them. Goodbye. Like, he doesn't know what killing is, and it's really unfortunate. They won't tell him either what killing is.
They won't tell him. They're like, nah, it's fine. You just keep doing what you're doing, buddy.
Well, because if they ever told him, it'd break his heart.
He's like, what do you mean they're all dead?
What does dead mean? Wait, they're never gonna wake up again? Huh?
Did you ever find it weird that you haven't seen anybody else that you've put to sleep?
No, because he's object permanence. That's why he has to have a journal. Otherwise, he'd forget everything. Nala was 6 something, and everyone kept forgetting because she was okay. Oh yeah, because she was the team baby. That makes sense. That's unfortunate. But yeah, he if he was ever told what death was, and ever explained what death was, he would have a mental breakdown. If he ever learned it. Because then he would realize he's killed so many people. Also, he is as I said...
That's when he loses his object permanence, as he just has a montage of all the people that he put to sleep.
So, again, he's a Gloomstalker, so he just rinses anything in the first turn. If he goes first, he rinses it. It's gone. Doesn't matter what it was, it dies. He 1v1'd a Spectre and killed it before it had a turn.
Amazing.
He rolled up. He had a repeating crossbow integrated into his arm and just fired a few times. Gone. Spectre didn't know what hit it. It just kind of fell over. We won! Right in time. Right in time for the end of stream. All right. Anyway, Warhammer is fun. We started off this stream talking about Warhammer and Warhammer lore, and then ended up talking about D&D.
I can't believe you're on the top of the list. In front, you somehow were above me, Cato Sicarius.
What do you mean? I was top of many things. The only reason I wasn't top military was because I stopped making units. And then at some point I was not top economy either. My research kind of flatlined at some point. So I stopped researching things. I also killed the most things, I think.
I spent a lot of turns just running.
Yeah, I killed 136 units. Only lost 17.
Everything on the right side of the map just was dead. And I'm like, all right, let me go find more things to kill.
Have you ever... No, I haven't messed with Shapewater too much. I was allowed to use create and destroy water to waterboard someone, though. Not to kill them, to interrogate his friend.
Dude, I think my all-time favorite spell, though, is still Psychic Lance.
Also, I hydrated and I stopped sitting on my foot. Alright.
Psychic Lance is such a silly spell because it's like, if it succeeds, you deal a buttload of damage. But if it fails, it's like, alright, cool, nothing happens. But it's an intelligence save.
Get out of here, ads. I will keep you away. Shapewater is how you gave the... That's wild. Okay, I'm not going to be able to see chat anymore, so I hope everyone has a great night, day, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. I will deafen so I can say the rest of the things and figure out who I'm rating. Bye, Micah. Have a good night, Micah. However, we're going to find someone to raid. I think I am going to raid... We'll raid these two. These two are fun to raid. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for chatting, subs, follows, just being here, participating. I appreciate especially the talking. It was really nice to talk and the like. Very fun to talk to everyone. But yeah, we're going to raid out here. And I would let people ramble anytime. I love just talking to you guys, interacting, all that kind of stuff. So I hope everyone has a great night, day, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And we'll be back tomorrow for Deep Rock Galactic. We're going to attempt to get more than just us, like me and Nautica in it, so that we can try the expeditions again. If we can't, oh well, I guess. Might play just some random things with lots of bugs, but bye.